this sport what it is, a rivalry game. For many schools and fans, it's days like today that can set your feelings about your school allegiance and provide a sense of accomplishment or dread for a very long time. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Gamecocks will put total leather to crank us up. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So Georgia's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Now, guys, let's not forget, the last time these two got together, we had ourselves an absolute classic that has provided motivation for one side ever since, David.
I mean, such a back and forth, such a fun game. Everyone remembers where they were on their couch or in the stadium for that rivalry game.
And that's what rivalry games are supposed to look like. Both teams playing with phenomenal intensity. It's going to go down right to the wire. And you're right, those are the games that make college football special.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Turning it on! Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Bringing the heat. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And he's wrestled to the ground. Now facing a third and long. To throw, it's Knight. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Georgia going back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to keep it in the air. Gets it to him on the screen. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Dances away to buy time. Throws to the tight end. Big fella moving. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. And the Dogs will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll go to the air. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown Bulldogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Well, you know, this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So South Carolina's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. To the ground with the bat. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. To the air, it's Knight. Now adjusting. Got rid of it just in time. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. He's looking deep. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Find some fresh air. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Finds his big tight end. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. 1st and goal for the offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Wants to adjust the pattern. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They got nothing and liked it, or probably didn't like it on the last play. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Touchdown, Georgia! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And you got to be so disciplined when you play the option. You got to keep your eyes on your guy. They lost track of the pitch man. The quarterback pitches it to him. He takes it in the house. Got to be a little bit more sound on defense.
He'll bring it out. It's key. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll try the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. To the air on 2nd down. And the timing just a hair off.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were...
Lofts one high and deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Gets it to the back. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, the ground game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Dropping back, it's Knight. Here's a heat. Looking to buy time. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. Georgia lining up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stem, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. And the rush will get to him at the 25. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. Just needs a crack to get a return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Finds his man. It's Norman. That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Back to throw. It's Knight. Under fire. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. He rifles one deep to the left.
And those are tough passes when you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines. It's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Dogs will go for it on fourth down. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. The inside handoff. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Second down, he'll throw it. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Makes the grab on the left. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. The Gamecocks decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another 1st down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
Right back to the well. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Knight. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Pocket breaking down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wants to throw on 1st down. Working that wide receiver screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He'll pull it down and run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They're setting up the screen. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Looking deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Going to try to get it himself. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
third in Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, and makes the big mistake.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll go right back to him. Still on his feet at the 40. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. The returner will field it and bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. He'll toss it. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Knight. Quickly to the tight end. Running through contact. He's brought down the 1, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Uga trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll use the jet sweep to try to convert here. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Deep in enemy territory, ball's at the 3. They can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown, and here they go on 4th and short. The snap sets up the throw. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. The Gamecocks backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Got his man quickly. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. With the catch, it's Hendricks. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. They'll try to power their way ahead. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And the Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. 3rd and short now from their own 48. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Punts it out of the air. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. 4th down coming. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. A really disappointing end of that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Dropping back, it's Knight. Trying to get behind the defense. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Give to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs, and now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage, and you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistently.
Punt is on its way. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Motion from the wide receiver. First play of the drive, wants to throw. It's complete. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Gonna take a shot. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. To the air, it's Knight. Oh, they're after him. This time he's got his man. Made a defender miss. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes it. After the grab. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense. Breaks into the open. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Working that left side. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Flips it out on the screen. Turns it on in midfield. Hits a seam wide open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The Gamecocks have pushed it inside the 20. Caught in the backfield, it's Jones. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on fourth down. Pressure coming. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Off the play fake on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. At the 35, he's loose. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
Man, it's go time for this defense now. I mean, you're down by a couple scores, and they're still making big plays. You've got to find a way to get a stop, create a turnover, switch the momentum to your side quickly.
Looking for a huge play. He's got it on the outside.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
Behind the chains now on second and long. The play action fake. He'll take the deep shot. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight
this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it for a win. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in this situation.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And the defense comes up with the sack, and this is honestly not what we expected. We expected this to be a high-flying offense. You know, this trigger man is usually really, really on top of things. This is a day he would love to forget.
Unloads to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be fourth down. And the Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They want that clock to run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Rides to back and leaves it. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot